This is the reason why you have to get used to, you know, getting rejected, right? You have to get used to, you know, dealing with certain types of chicks, right? You have to get used to certain levels of disappointment when it comes to dealing with females. Why? Because you need to get used to it, right? You need to develop a thick skin. You need to develop a tolerance for it, so that later on, when you get a little bit deeper in the game, when you start dating chicks and then maybe the chick doesn't want to see you anymore, or when you get into a relationship and then you break up, when that happens to you, it doesn't affect you as much. Because why? Because you're already used to it. You've already been told no. You've already been disappointed. You've already been let down by a female. So therefore, you don't need to act crazy when the chick don't want you no more.
I'm Keith, winner of the Bad Boy Membership Contest. I recently joined the Bad Boy Membership, but I wish I had done it a long time ago because the content is the real deal. It helps you become more secure, confident, and masculine, which will help you in all aspects of your life, but especially with women. So thank you for the prizes that I won, but the real thanks is for the powerful content. Get on the Bad Boy Membership now. You won't regret it.
All right, shout out to Mr. Lucario and Miles Cunningham, the Bad Boys at the Dating Game, and the badboymembership.com for these great prizes to help me tighten up my game. I have the Seiko watch, the Carolina Herrera Bad Boy cologne, and a $100 gift card for Target to tighten up my spot. So now I got my wrist right, I got my smell right, I'm gonna have my spot right. Now I got my mind right because of all that game I've been learning on the badboymembership.com. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the game that you guys lay down. And y'all stay up. Peace.
The Bad Boy Membership is for guys at various levels of the game. You can be a guy who has never talked to a woman, or you could be a guy who is just trying to improve his game. Either way, these easy to follow steps in the Bad Boy Membership program will help you become the man who will attract beautiful women. I've helped thousands of men achieve success in the dating game, and I want to help you achieve that same success. Remember, in order to attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women, there's really just one thing you need to do. Examine and practice the game on a consistent basis, and what better way to do that than to join the Bad Boy Membership program. So in the Bad Boy Membership, you get a different 45 through 90-minute audio/video series every month filled with detailed, easy-to-follow, step-by-step content that will help you attract beautiful women, and unlimited email coaching, a $49.97 value you get for free. You get all of this for only $97 a month, and remember, you can cancel anytime. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Click below and join the Bad Boy Membership today.
So I got something I want to talk about today real quick. And what I want to talk about today is, if you like, what I want to talk about has a few different levels to it, right? I don't think it's an easy idea to just talk about, but it has to do with your mental state and your emotional health, right? Your mental and emotional health. And all right, so here's what it is. I'm dating girls, meeting girls, talking to them, and a lot of them are telling me these stories, right, about these guys who, after they break up with them, or after they date them, or reach a point where they don't want to see the guy anymore, the dude goes into like stalker mode, right? Where he's showing up at places that they didn't invite him to, showing up at their parents' house. Like, this guy's out here writing 7-page letters. This guy's out here acting weird, bro. Like, and chicks are genuinely afraid. And it kind of puts it puts sort of a wrench in the game when. So basically, it's like this: if you're not emotionally ready to really deal with getting with a chick or getting into a relationship, or just emotionally ready to get into dating, then you really shouldn't do it. You understand? And because if you're not healthy, if you're not well adjusted, if you're not emotionally healthy enough to deal with it, things might happen that can mess you up mentally and emotionally. You understand what I'm saying? Like, a lot of guys, they talk about red pill rage. They talk about certain levels of resentment. You have stories like Elliot Rodgers and all these different kind of guys who end up doing like fatal things to themselves and others based on their disappointment and their resentment when it comes to things that happen in the dating game. You understand? When it comes to things that happen in, dealing with women, getting into relationships, breaking up with women, or, situations where maybe you're dating a girl and then, it just kind of fizzles out and maybe she don't want to see you again. Maybe she don't want to talk to you no more. You have to be prepared for that. You understand? Like, we try to tell guys that this is the reason why you have to get used to, getting rejected, right? You have to get used to, dealing with certain types of chicks, right? You have to get used to certain levels of disappointment when it comes to dealing with females. Why? Because you need to get used to it, right? You need to develop a thick skin. You need to develop a tolerance for it, so that later on, when you get a little bit deeper in the game, when you start dating chicks and then maybe the chick doesn't want to see you anymore, or when you get into a relationship and then you break up, when that happens to you, it doesn't affect you as much. Because why? Because you're already used to it. You've already been told no. You've already been disappointed. You've already been let down by a female. So therefore, you don't need to act crazy when the chick don't want you no more. You understand what I'm saying? If the chick says she don't want you no more, only thing you could think of is that it's her loss, because she's walking away from a good thing. Why? Because you think you're a good thing. And with that being said, you have to, your level of dopeness when it comes to your life has to be very high, meaning that you have to think a lot of yourself before you can begin to share yourself with other people. You understand? What happens is people are missing things in their life, right? There's a space inside them emotionally and probably spiritually that they're trying to fill, right? And then what happens is maybe they luck up and they find a chick that kind of they're compatible with, maybe, or maybe based on what's missing in your life is what she can fill, and then maybe there's something missing in her life that you can feel. And so for whatever reason, y'all kind of come together. But both of y'all are people with missing pieces to yourselves. But you come together for whatever reason. And you stay together for, maybe a couple of months, maybe even a couple of years. You understand? And then you break up. And then once you break up, that gap, that space, that void, that vacuum comes back into your life. And sometimes people get devastated by that space, that comes back after they break up with somebody, and it's very emotionally, overwhelming. And then, so I hear these stories about guys harassing chicks through text, harassing them through social media, and I'm seeing it online. Like, shout out to K Zaggin. He actually did a story about this or a post about this on his socio-sexual dynamics. He has a Facebook group called Socio-Sexual Dynamics. Go check that out. You understand? So he talked about it too, because he's hearing the same stories. And I'm like, it can't just be a coincidence. You understand? And what I'm saying is that there's a reason why a lot of guys out there don't have women in our lives, or it's hard for us to get into relationships. Why? Because there's something in us that we need to fix. Because let me tell you something. When you meet somebody, when you get into a relationship with somebody, they should not be a supplement to your life. They should not be filling an important space in your life. They should be a complement in your life. That means that you should be 100% person. You should be 100% emotionally. You should be 100% spiritually. You should be 100% mentally, right? And then so whatever time you spend with that person, whatever relationship that you develop with that person is an enhancement to your life. It's a complement to your life. You understand what I'm saying? And here's what I mean by a complement. Meaning that you already have a balanced meal. You understand? And the chick is the ketchup. You understand? Maybe you want a little barbecue sauce. You got a steak, you got some vegetables, maybe you have a little bit of starch. And so it's a balanced meal. That's what you are. You have to be a balanced meal. But you say, you know what? I need a little bit more flavor on this. So let me get some barbecue sauce. Let me get some steak sauce. Let me get some salt and pepper to put on the steak just to give it a little bit more flavor. That's what the girl is. The girl is the steak sauce or the salt and pepper. She's the extra. So if you bring her into the situation and then she leaves, everything is fine because you're still a balanced meal. Everything about you is balanced. Everything about you is healthy. So if she happens to leave, if somebody says, nah, we don't have any barbecue sauce, you're like, you know what? That's fine because my meal is everything still tastes good. I got my steak, I got my vegetables, I got a little bit of starch, and it's still a balanced meal and everything tastes good. So if I can't get any sauce, if I can't get any steak sauce, salt, pepper, or whatever, if I can't get that little bit of extra, it's fine because I still have a balanced meal. That's what you need to be. Because all relationships are going to end. All of them are going to end. You understand? Either she leaves you, or she goes to another guy, or she turns into a lesbian, or she moves to another country, or her job switches up so she has to leave, go to another state, or she might get hit by a bus and die. You understand what I'm saying? But either way, the relationship is going to end. At some point, every relationship you've ever known, every person that you've ever known, you're going to separate from them, right? So therefore, any relationship that you're coming into, you have to be a complete person before you step into any relationship. Because every relationship, your relationship with yourself is going to end someday. You understand? So you have to have that reality at all times. No matter how cute the girl is, no matter how good the sex was, no matter what she brought into your life, make sure that it is just a compliment or an enhancement to your life. Because if she happens to leave you, if she happens to move to another country, if she happens to cheat on you with another guy and leave you, if she happens to, whatever happens, if the relationship ends, I don't want you losing your mind. You understand what I'm saying? We can't have that. We can't have that because we can't have all of these stories about, why the hell do you think chicks act the way they do, bruh? A lot of you guys, you wonder why chicks flake. You wonder why chicks act so weird on these dating sites. You wonder why chicks act so weird. Like if you meet them out in the street, they're visibly afraid. Sometimes, depending on the situation, they're visibly afraid, right? Or they have a lot of guards. They put walls up. You understand? And a lot of times it's because of past traumas they've experienced with men who were not 100% solid. You understand? And I'm not blaming, I'm not here to give women a pass, because you got some chicks, they just have their guard up because they just want to be bitches. Like they're just like entitled. They have a disrespectful attitude. They don't have respect for men, and that's fine. I'm not talking about those chicks. I'm talking about other type of chicks who they kind of want to get to know guys, but they have this guard up because they've experienced dealing with crazy, needy, emotionally unstable dudes. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is you have to be 100%. If you need to go to therapy, you understand? Go to therapy. I'm gonna share something with y'all. There was a time when I was having troubles in my relationship, and me and my chick went to therapy. And we used to do couples therapy, and then we used to do individual therapy. And one time I did some individual therapy, and the therapist put me under a therapeutic meditation hypnosis type of thing. I don't know what it was, but she laid me down, she turned down the lights, she put a candle on, and she had some music going and shit, and then she kind of like, you know, she said all the hypnosis stuff, like I'm gonna count from 10, and when I reach 1, you'll be totally relaxed, you'll be totally, you know, unconscious and whatever. She said all that, you know, hypnosis mumbo jumbo, but I was conscious though. But she asked me a line of questioning, right? That brought me to a space where I realized that I had issues with my own self-image. You understand? And it was causing a lot of problems in my relationship at the time. You get what I'm saying? She brought me through a line of questioning, and ultimately what happened is what was revealed to me was that there were things about myself that I had issues with. Like there was a part of me that hated myself. Do you understand? And that was a big revelation for me. And so from that point on, I began doing the work that allowed me to really value myself more, and focus on myself. You understand? And do the work to make sure that I was 100% person. Because what was happening in my relationship was that I was doing things in my relationship, and I was doing them for the woman. You understand what I'm saying? Like my whole philosophy of invest in yourself, like the best way to invest into a woman is to invest in yourself. I didn't have that philosophy my whole life. I learned that through the years. From this therapy situation that I'm telling you about now, I learned that you have to focus on yourself and be 100% solid with your own self-image, the way you see yourself, the way you see the value that you have inside you. You have to be at least 100 about who you are. You understand? And at that point in my life, I was not 100. I had issues with myself. Like I had real serious issues with myself. Now, mind you, there are still things about myself that I recognize that needs improvement, right? But I don't love myself any less for any of those imperfections that I know that I have. Instead, I embrace the imperfections, and then I understand that there's work that I have to do. So if I'm overweight and I got like fat here or whatever, I make sure I work out. Like y'all see my workout videos on my Miles Cunningham. I make sure I do, sometimes I fall off of my fasting, but I get back on it. I'm counting my calories. I know that there's work to do, but it doesn't make me hate myself or have any issues with myself. You understand? So therefore, I have room to understand my flaws, but still love myself to the point where I'm a 100% person. So I'm not missing anything out of my life. You understand? And I'm not looking towards women to fill a void in my life. I'm not trying to fill a void in my life with money. I'm not trying to fill a void in my life with, Instagram followers. I'm not trying to fill any type of void in my life. I don't have any voids in my life. I love myself 100%. And I feel like I am a 100% person who is working on the imperfections that I have about me. You understand? And I have a clear understanding of that. So that's where I'm at now. You get what I'm saying? And what I'm starting to understand is that I don't know if a lot of guys out there have that true understanding. For example, I give an example.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first you're gonna have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, there are things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.
One of the stories that one of these chicks told me is that she got together with the dude, right? And when she got with him, he didn't have a car and he didn't have a stable job. But the relationship was cool, right? Then she told me that once he got a car, once he got himself a nice job, like a better, more stable, like career, like a job that was a part of his career, he started making more money. And then when he started making more money, he got himself like a nice luxury car. And she said once he got the good job, the money and the car, he started cheating on her. You understand? Now, if you break that down, right? You're looking at a person, or you're looking at an example of a person that felt like at the time when he was doing bad, all he wanted was that one woman. But now that he has a car and money, he feels like, oh, well, it's time for me to get more chicks. It's time for me to do this. It's time for me to do that. So what you're looking at is a person that is putting their value in their money and in their possessions. You understand? Because that same guy is still harassing her to this day. You see what I'm saying? And there's things about himself that he needs to fix. You understand? Now, look, I could take this girl's story with a grain of salt, but there are still elements. It could be she could be making it up because she didn't tell me what she did wrong in the situation. You understand? And I'm sure talking to her, I know that she has some flaws too. You understand what I'm saying? But just looking at the story based on the situation with the dude, right? He's putting his value in having women, having a luxury car, and having a stable job. That's where his value is. So once he loses any of those things, his emotional state becomes fragile. You understand? He's not exactly sure of who he is unless he has those things. And that's what I'm talking about. You have to be at a certain level where even before you get the chicks in your life, you're good. Even before you get the money, you're good. Even before you get the car, you're good. So if those things leave, you're still good. If the girl leaves you, you should be still good. You shouldn't be harassing no chick. You should be on to the next. You should be on to the next. Because any chick, because in the way I see it, at this point, at level of game that I'm at, the way I feel about myself, even my main chick, if she called me right now and say it's over, I will be disappointed. You understand? But I won't even fucking flinch. I'm not writing her a 7-page letter. I'm not showing up nowhere she's at. I'm not worried about her because I'm on to the next. Because my life is dope. Because if you don't want me, then that's your loss. And that's not just something that that's not something that you're supposed to just say just to make yourself feel better. You're actually supposed to feel that way for real. You understand? If somebody don't want to be with you, if somebody don't want you, if somebody don't want to date you no more, if somebody flakes on you, if somebody tells you no, it's okay because I am dope. And just because you don't want what I have to offer doesn't mean somebody else won't want it. And if nobody else on planet Earth wants what I have to offer, it's okay because my life is still dope and I'm still a 100% person and I'm still enjoying myself in this life. You understand? These things, hold on, Shia. I'm gonna get to you in a second, but these things are very important, man. You have to be a 100% person before you allow anybody to come into your space, because when they leave, you need to continue to be 100. So you don't lose your fucking mind, start acting crazy, and start stalking people, and start being emotionally and mentally unstable. All right? Let me see if I can get Shy on this real quick. You.
Hello?
Yo, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Now I was listening to what you were saying, and yeah, it's so true. I think that for many men, including myself, need to take time to fall in love with themselves first. Get to know themselves, because I think that at a very young age, a lot of men, you know, they're around women, they're tempted by women, and they spend a lot of time just trying to get that, because it's just so you know, the attraction is strong,
right?
So they don't really get to love their self. So I think if men try to, you know, get to know themselves, and also figure out what they're good at, you know, because everyone is good at something. For example, think of the best singer, think of like Drake or something. If you know that you're the best rapper, the best singer, that alone, the confidence you get from that alone can help you through in other areas, you know, dating, just being a confident person.
Right.
So for me, you know, I'm a chef, you know, I like to cook. So that's what, you know, it's funny, but, you know, a lot of my confidence comes from that. No one can cook better than me, you know?
Right.
So it's like, and that has given me the opportunity to support myself as well, too. So men need to find what they're good at, and just, you know, somehow you need to have that self-love and just know that you're enough. You're good by yourself. And then you can, like you said, you can approach women in the correct way. You know, not needy.
Exactly.
You're enough. So yeah, I agree with what you're saying, man. It's facts.
It's just killing me. Like, look, I've been on a date. Let me see. I was out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's Thursday, and I got another one set up. I've been going hard on these fucking dating apps and setting up a lot of dates. But I'm meeting chick after chick after chick, and all of them have these same stories. And I'm like, where are these guys coming from?
Stories for, like, what stories?
They have, as when they break up with these dudes, or if they stop dating them, or if the situation kind of fizzles out or whatever, they're getting harassed by these guys. And I'm thinking, where do they do that at? Like, bro, after I go on a date with a chick and I don't feel no chemistry or nothing, I don't even have her name in my phone. Her number is erased, and I'm gone. I'm done. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if I'm in a relationship with a chick and I break up with her, it's done. Like, I'm done. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm too focused on my own life to really, you know, reach. Like, these guys I hear stories about them writing 7-page letters, 9-page letters.
Oh my gosh!
Like,
wait,
serious.
The guys are becoming poets out here. Just what the hell?
These dudes are showing up at girls' parents' houses looking for the girl.
Wow.
One girl told me that she did like a Snapchat of her at the gym, and like 5 minutes later, the dude was at the gym in the gym acting like he was working out when he wasn't there before.
What a coincidence!
You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, see. You know, a lot of guys, like the reason why we even talk about these things is because we want to make it easier to relate to the opposite sex, right?
Right.
That's basically why we have these conversations, because guys are trying to relate with girls and have the best experiences possible, right?
Right.
How the hell are we supposed to have great experiences with females when we have guys who are unhealthy in the mind, like doing these type of things and then putting women on their guard? You understand what I'm saying? Like and then you have the worst, the bad, the even worse stories. Remember the story the other day about the guy, I think it was up in Harlem or the Bronx, where there was in a liquor store, and the guy tried to make a pass at the girl, or he tried to holler at the girl, and she said she wasn't interested, and he followed her outside, and then he bit her eye, like he bit her eye out or some shit, and she had to go to the hospital and whatnot. Did you hear that story?
I didn't, man. Wow.
That's what I'm saying, bro. These are real stories.
Crazy.
Like, a lot of these guys, they don't have it all together. So when a woman tells them no, or when they're in a relationship and then a woman leaves, or when the relationship goes south, they literally lose their minds. You understand? And then
Wow.
you're a good dude, a healthy, well-adjusted guy, right? You come up to them and you say, "Hey, how you doing? I thought you were cute. I wanted to, get your number to see if we can, maybe meet up for a drink or go get a coffee." And she's like, nah, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Like, leave me alone. I'm not interested. And then you wonder why she acts that way when I'm like, yeah, I'm a nice guy. I smell good. There's nothing wrong with me. I brushed my teeth this morning.
Yeah.
But you wonder why these chicks behave the way they do. And it's like, a lot of the times it's because of traumas that they're experiencing with weak individuals.
Nah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I was telling my cousin that too. Yeah.
And again, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not trying to take up for women. I'm not saying that women have the right to reject men because of this or what. I'm just saying we need to all work on our health and be healthy with this shit. Because here's the thing. If you walk up to a chick and you say, "Hey, what's up? How you doing? I saw you over here looking kind of good. I wanted to see if we could connect a little bit later." And she says, "No, I'm not interested." And you get mad, and you're like, "Well, fuck you then, bitch. Fuck out of here."
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Right. No, exactly.
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah. Nah, they mess. Yeah. And that. Yeah. And then the woman had that kind of perception when she's approached by the next guy. She don't know if you're gonna do it, but she's been scarred already by all of these other emotionally unstable men.
Exactly. Yeah. Because what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to be like, "Hey, shorty, how you doing? I'm trying to see if we could hook up later, blah, blah, blah." "Oh, no, I'm not interested." "All right, cool. You have a good day. Take it easy." That's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's simple. Keep it simple. Have a good day.
Yeah, it's just a simple interaction. You're not interested, no problem. You feel me? It's like when they passing out those little those Bible pamphlets in the subway or at the bus stop, and you be like, "Nah, I'm good," and they move on to the next person. Like they start trying to pass it out to another person. You understand? If they offer you the Jesus pamphlet and you say, "Nah, I'm good," do they start yelling at you and start telling you that you're gonna go to hell? And like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And the next time somebody offers you a Jesus pamphlet, you'll probably run the other way.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And bro, I'm not even talking about catcalling neither. I'm not saying that. Because I actually believe in catcalling. Like, I think a man should be able to, not disrespectfully, but I think you should be able to compliment a woman in passing just because. Like, I feel that way. You understand? But the point is to keep it balanced, keep it healthy, keep it respectable. Not out of respect for the woman, mind you. Out of respect for yourself. You understand? Because what we don't fully understand is that everything we do affects the world. So when you have trauma inside you, and then you bring that trauma to someone else, then that trauma continues to transfer to other people. You ever seen that commercial where they showed you a guy hold the door for a lady, and then she smiled and said thank you, and then she walks into the store, and then she did something for somebody else, and then that person smiled and said thank you, then that person did something to somebody else, and it's like the positive energy carried on for the rest of the day throughout the commercial. And they said kindness, pass it on, or some shit like that. They said in the commercial. You remember those commercials, right?
That was old?
Yeah, it's an old commercial that came out like in the early 2000s or in the late 90s. Where it says at the end, it says kindness, pass it on.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
What I'm saying is it's the same thing with trauma. You understand? Because the way you behave towards women, you don't really realize it, but you're fucking it up for other guys. And if you have a son, you're fucking it up for your son.
Exactly.
Because you bring this trauma to a woman. When she has a daughter, what does she tell her daughter? She's gonna tell her daughter, "Don't talk to these niggas in the street because they crazy." So when your son sees her daughter in the street and says, "Hey, shorty, how you doing? You look really cute. I thought we'd go get a coffee real quick." And she's like, No, leave me alone. Oh my God. and your son comes home to you and says, Dad, I said hello to this girl and she went crazy on me. Why did they do that? It's because one day you cursed out a girl for saying no to you because of whatever trauma you had inside of you. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And these things don't make it easy for the rest of us in the game. All right, so it's your boy Miles Cunningham. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. All right, hope you guys are having a great day, and remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.
Now, before you go, click the link below and go to badboymembership.com. Now, badboymembership.com is a place where you go to get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Listen, I know you're tired of being rejected. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of being afraid to approach women. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of not getting the women that you want. Go to badboymembership.com. Listen, I know you're tired of being alone on a Friday night. Go to badboymembership.com. Now picture this. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com, follow the steps, learn the game, implement the game, and then you will get the woman you want. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com today. Click the link below.
What's going on? It's your boy Miles Cunningham, and what I want to talk about today is the Bad Boy Membership Contest. All you have to do to be eligible to win the Bad Boy Membership Contest is to be a Bad Boy member. See, what we realize is that when guys join the Bad Boy Membership, they make the transition from simp to player very quickly, and we're just trying to make that transition just a little bit easier. So here's what you get if you win the Bad Boy Membership Contest. So here's what you receive if you win the Bad Boy Membership Contest. A bottle of Bad Boy Cologne by Carolina Herrera, New York. A luxury designer timepiece. And a $100 gift card. To increase your chances of winning, share this post in your story, tag 3 friends, and subscribe to Mr. Lucario or the Miles Cunningham YouTube channel. The link is in the bio. And follow Real Mr. Lucario and Miles in the Game on Instagram. The winner will be announced at the first of the month. Good luck.